collections, classics, customs, restorations. This is Crossroads Speed Shop. Diecast International Builders, Cars of the 70s. Hey, welcome back to the Crossroads Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and we're standing out here in the bright sunny afternoon waiting for our next project. I think I hear the truck coming down the road now. And here it is. Right now we have a 1971 Dodge Demon. This is going to be the car that we used for our entry into the September Diecast International Builders Build Any Car from the 70s. And, you know, I used to see these cars. There was a shop in town not far from where I used to live. And as kids, we would get down to there, and they had all kinds of these hot rods and stuff like that. One of them was a purple Dodge Demon that was down there. I always thought that was a really cool car. If I had the money, I would have liked to have bought it at the time. But that was a long time ago, and a galaxy far, far away, I guess. But anyways, we're going to get this car off the truck and into the shop. Let's move on.
All right, well, we have our 1971 Dodge Demon up on the rack. Get it all taken apart. We'll take a look and see some of the things. Again, the 71 Dodge Demon also came out in the Plymouth version, which is the Plymouth Duster. It was part of the Dodge Dart, I believe, series of cars are very similar, with more of a fastback type of a look than the Dart had. But anyways, this one here is a 2009 casting. The first year that Hot Wheels put those out, it wasn't too bad a shape, but the biggest thing was the wheels were all bent. It's got a little bit of nicks and stuff on it. I haven't had a chance to tap it out yet, but we'll get that done. Get the screws in it. Kind of a little bit more of a steering wheel on this one than most of the normal ones have, but not too bad. So that looks pretty good, and chrome base, and I think the chrome base looks pretty good on that too. It looks not too bad. Like I say, it wasn't too bad. It was basically the wheels that were kind of bent up. These 5 spokes were kind of bent up on them. So you can see there, the windshield's probably a little bit dirty, so I'll clean that up a little bit and see what we got. So let's move on. Well, we're back, and we've got our 71 Dodge Demon all cleaned up. After we got the paint off of it and stripped it off, I used a Scotch-Brite wheel to kind of smooth it out a little bit, and then I took some of the flits and a felt buffing wheel, and I buffed it all up, so give it a nice shine. Good. It's good to try to get a good base when you do that, because I'm going to be using some of this Spectraflame type colors. I'm going to use the Rectiflame purple. I had some extra from after I did another restoration here a few months back, and I had this. I've been wanting to use it again. And I got to thinking, when it comes to those old Dodges, whether it's the Chargers, the Challengers, or the Demons, or the Dusters, or whatever they were, they all had those different crazy. Some were the lime colors, some were the orange colors and yellow colors, and there was that purple. And I said, you know, this isn't the plum crazy purple type of thing, but I like that purple, the way it comes out from Second Chance Redline's Retroflame paint. And so that's really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to come out. Again, I got it all mixed up. I take the purple, and they say 5 to 1. I always do 4 to 1. So I put 4 to 1, 4 of the paint to 1 of the hardener in there, and I mix it up in a little cup. And so, well, let's get this thing in the airbrush and get this thing painted. All right, well, we're moving right along here on our Dodge Demon, 71 Dodge Demon that we're doing. I got this windshield all cleaned up, so I'm going to put it in the Pledge Revive. It wasn't really in that bad a shape, but I just felt I'd like to give it a little dip in the Pledge Revive just to wick off the edges and kind of give it a little bit more shine. Just touching the edges here like that. Try not to touch the windshield itself, because or the side windows, because that'll cause a little bit of a problem. But I think that, then we'll put it right over here, and we'll put a cover over it, and that should take care of it, and should be all ready to go. Let's move on. All right, well, we're back, and we're working on our 71 Dodge Demon for the Diecast International Builders Build Any Car from the 70s. I've got these nice Sammed wheels here in there, the axles. The prongs are pretty much holding the axles in, but I'm a little bit concerned about the back one, and basically I don't want to have to take it apart or set it down, try to run it, and have the axles go up inside it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this JB Super Well. Just a little drop should do it. And then put the ultraviolet light on it. That should do really well. I always like to check it to make sure that capillary action doesn't move the axles down. This is a neat little trick too. Got this little ultraviolet light thing that goes on there, and it usually is fastened on the bottom, but you can pull it right off, and that way this can stand upright. Little hint, I think I've shared this before, but always stand up this way. That way all the super well goes back into the container, and it doesn't sit up here and dry in the nozzle. So we're just going to put a little bit here on the front. And probably just to the count of 9. All right. So I got that. Let's see how these wheels go. Wheels seem to be going pretty good here. And let's see how it goes. Yep. She's a roller. Let's move on. All right, well, we're back, and we have all the pieces ready for our Diecast International builders, any car from the 70s builds. And this is the challenge for this month. I took a Hot Wheels 1971 Dodge Demon. It was the first year came out. It was a part of that year. It was a green one originally, if you remember right. But I wanted to paint it purple. I always like those purple, you know, the different colors that they had on those 70s Dodges and stuff. You know, the lime color in the yellow, in the purple, and the orange. So I like that. I wanted to do that. Plus, I wanted to use some of this. I had some of this Retroflame purple still on my bench. So I said, well, I'm going to use that up and put that on this car. I thought it came out really nice. I think this really, you know, the purple on that and how that shined up looks really good. Didn't do much to the interior on this. I just again, the steering wheel looks good. It's not a pizza pie one, anyways. I took the windshield, washed it up with some hot soap and water, then dipped it in some Pledge Revive. Base was in good shape. Just swapped out some of these 10-spoke Sammed wheels with the black. I like that. I think that looks really good. It gives a good it looks really good with that purple, I think. So that's what it all looks like. So let's get it put together and onto the turntable. And here's my entry into the September 2024 Diecast International Builders Build Any Car from the 70s. This is a 71 Dodge Demon. I stripped off the paint and then reapplied several coats of Retroflame purple onto it. I just wanted to do something that was really shiny. I really like that. I took off the old 5-spoke wheels that were on the original car and put these black 10 spokes on there. I really like the way that kind of goes with that purple. Cleaned up the windshield, dipped it in some Pledge Revive, cleaned up the interior. Didn't have to do a whole lot to the base. That was looking pretty good. The car was in pretty good shape even prior to getting it. Again, I had a lot of fun with this build. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please go check out the rest of the Diecast International builders, Ron, Cole, Mark, and Caleb's builds this month. And I want to thank them for hosting this build, and it was another good challenge. I always enjoy their things. I hope you check them all out. If you haven't subbed up to them, please sub up to them. And speaking of subs, I really appreciate all my subscribers and viewers for watching. As always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.